apparently. Are we?
Still loading. And we're live.
And we're live.
And we are live.
Well, hello, youth.
Oh, you've opened waiting.
It's not on the YouTube channel yet, but we'll keep going. Welcome to week 3 of W.A.Y.S online with your hosts, Izzy and Toby. Yeah, so today we are talking about online culture for anyone who's joining us now. If you don't know who I am already, I'm Izzy, I lead the young youth here. And who are you, Toby? Tell us about who you are.
So I'm Toby. I am one of the youth interns at Love Church, and I work with Izzy and Rich and the amazing team we got here. So yeah, that's good.
We are very excited to be back for a third week. I can't believe it's already week 3. That's mad, right? No?
It's crazy.
Just me. So yeah, I'll tell you, I'll give you a bit of a, I guess, catch up about my week. For those who care or don't care, you have no choice. So yeah, I've just been continuing with uni work. We've been given a week extension on our deadline, which is generous of the uni, which is very nice. Yeah, nothing really else has been going on, to be honest. I've been feeling overall calm, and my sleep pattern has got back to normal, so that's good. That is a big thing, a big win. Yeah, I think that is me, to be honest. Not going out much. You just stay at home, you should be. And how have you been, Toby? Tell us about your week.
Yeah, I've actually had a really good week. I found out I'm going to be based in London in September, which is amazing, for 3 years. So I'm down here until the summer, and then I will be off to London in September. So it's really exciting. Great to be confirming it all. And yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be brilliant. Other than that, it's been great, and it's just making the most of every day in this glorious weather we've got. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, I went out on my bike earlier, and it's just so many people are out on their bikes and like walking the dogs and stuff, and that was so lovely to see that kind of community kind of reviving almost, and I think really celebrating and having the time to celebrate the weather we've been given. First of all, we'd like to say hello to Joel and Jamie. Hello, how are you guys? Let us know. Hope you're joining us for the Zoom after this. Do join us for the Zoom at 7:30. We'll be posting the Zoom ID and password as we get closer to the time. So yes, we are talking, our topic today is online culture. And I think this is really important because we're online so much more and being bombarded with notifications and emails for some of us. Hey, Sam. Of course, yes, the weather will be trash as soon as quarantine is over. I love that. Completely true. It's a very British thing, I think. But yeah, so I think, yeah, we're with our bombardment and I was laughing at these comments. I absolutely love this live thing. But yeah, with all these notifications and our whole lives and the only way we can connect at the moment is really online. So I think talking about online culture, what that means, positives and negatives, is really important. So we've kind of touched on it the last couple of weeks, but I think we really need to delve in deep of what this whole situation is changing for our online connection and kind of culture. So what does online culture mean, Toby? What do you think it means? We don't need like an Oxford Dictionary definition, don't worry.
It says in the Oxford Dictionary. No, I'm joking. To me, online culture suggests anything online, really. So it could be social media, it could be Amazon, could be Toys R Us.
Absolutely.
Actually, no, not Toys R Us.
No, that's too soon, man. Too soon.
Amazon, eBay, social stuff. MySpace, MSN Messenger, you know the ones who used to use those, you know, the old classics, Twitter. That's what I would say online culture.
What old people say online culture is. I guess like for me, the important bit is what we kind of take from our online connection and what we give. And so I think those two kind of things and how we think about those things are really important. So how have you been using online spaces? What have you been using recently? And what do you think has increased in your in use recently that you haven't used a lot before? Tell us about your kind of online life during this strange time. Just to put you on the spot. I can tell you about mine if you like.
So I use social media a lot anyway, just because that's where I contact friends. It's where I check up on people who I've not spoken to for a long time. I found I've used Instagram a lot more and Facebook a lot more. Oh, and WhatsApp as well. The amount of WhatsApp groups I've got going on in this time, I've got like 18 WhatsApp groups all going off at once. I'm like, I don't know, it's too much. But for me, using all this social media stuff's great, but I found sometimes it does distract me from the Bible and stuff, which is what I should be focusing my time on. I've been trying to learn to play the guitar as well, just because I've got nothing else really in my spare time to do. So I thought I'd give that a go, but I've not really picked that up. I've just been on my phone, just like.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I've been using Instagram a lot. I mean, for my uni, so for design courses and art courses, we have at the end of year exhibitions end of degree exhibitions, which are really important. But now, because of this whole situation, we've had to move it online. And that's been really interesting because I've set up the social media for that, so Instagram, things like that. So I'm kind of like, oh, I'm on Instagram because it's working, kind of it's productivity. And then obviously we've got the youth Instagram and been checking that, but then also my personal one, I've gone definitely Windows 95. Yeah, Sam, if you think you're old, you need to like check up with us. I'm 22, mate. Like, let's be honest. But yeah, so Instagram, I'm using my design one. I've kind of deleted my personal one I was trying to do it for Lent and then that completely like messed up because of COVID and everything. So like technically all 3 accounts I'm on are work related. And I think that's really kind of clouded my perception of how much I'm using, because I'm like, oh, it's productive. But it's really not. And then you're there scrolling the second you wake up, and the second you're going to bed. And I think that's what also messed up my sleep schedule, definitely. Like that, all that scrolling and like the kind of, I think it's tricky to get that divide between your socializing, and now that's online, and then your personal, just physical, like I'm in my room, just want to go to sleep, want to read a book, want to watch Netflix, just like me time. I think it's become really, really challenging and a lot of kind of restraint and self-control. So I think what we both, I think, wanted to talk about was online culture. And okay, so yeah, I think we're talking a lot about what we're intaking. So we're taking a lot of information at the moment. So have you had to step back from a platform because it's been too negative for you, or you just haven't got anything from it and you've just decided, that's it, I'm out? Twitter. Interesting. I've never used Twitter.
Twitter is, some of the stuff I've seen on my Twitter is just hilarious. But there's a lot of negativity on it as well. I found going back a few months with the general election we had, a lot of hate on there for people who were voting a certain way. And I'm like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the hate. I don't want to see the people saying, oh yeah, I'll drop your cat or something if you vote this way. And it's like, wow, okay. Yeah, I think Twitter was just a really negative influence, I think, for me as well. Like, I found using it didn't enhance my day at all.
That's so good that you decided to step back from that.
Just deleted it off my phone. I'm like,
it's so easy just to like go, nope, no more, delete. But I think there's that pressure of missing out, that fear of FOMO, that fear of missing out. But I think that you can have joy in missing out in a weird way. Because I think you need to change. I think people need to change the mindset about missing out. So what are you really missing out on? Let's be honest. Oh, like, oh, someone keeps posting selfies or whatever it might be. Joel says, "Dem haters." Um, I don't know how much of a lag there is, so apologies if your comments are coming through and then it seems like we're replying late, ages later. But I think with, I've kind of got 2 points. So one, I've forgotten the first one I was talking about. See, Sam, I'm old. Well, one of them, which I think was interesting, you saying about Twitter and like the general election and people, yeah, dem haters, literally, is it's so easy just to like quickly type a message and be like, no, I hate your opinion. I think you're wrong. You know, especially with things like Brexit and apparently Fortnite is apparently quite a big like divider of polarizing. It really divides people, its opinions apparently. So I think it's really easy just to, especially on Twitter and especially on Instagram and things like that, just to like comment something and forget that there's someone on the other side. So I think a big part of online culture that we can be thinking about, says not the cat, it might be JJ, not sure. Hello Tim or JJ, whichever one is replying. Yeah, so I think a big part of how we need to start thinking about online culture is this reaction. We can't control the pandemic. We can't be controlling how other people, what other people are posting, or like how other people are reacting to the pandemic, or whatever it might be, even post-pandemic or whatever. We need to be thinking about, okay, how do I react to this situation? And if it riles you up, like, it's healthy discussion and healthy debate is really good, and we shouldn't be too scared to kind of go, oh, I can't voice my opinion, or oh no, people are going to hate me. You know, if you think, actually no, I disagree with you, if you can present a good argument and one that's, you know, adds to the discussion and really adds to debate, I think that's okay. But you just going, no, like, I hate your opinion, without thinking about it, is so unhealthy, and just, it sets everyone else off. And I think it's just so bad, especially when we're just constantly online at the moment. Have you personally experienced any hate online? Any, I don't know, like, don't get too personal if you don't want to. I'm just reaching for my charger.
I've never received any hate online. I've had people say stuff to stories and stuff, but it's not hate, it's just their opinion. And yeah, a lot of it's, so on my Instagram, I put a story up about, I don't even know what it was about, but someone came back, it was like, oh yeah, well, what you believe is wrong and stuff. I'm like, hey, laughed it off. Didn't really think much of it. But yeah, I think I keep my life quite private on social media. I only show certain aspects. I don't let people see too much of what I do.
Yeah, I think
because I've got such a wide range of people following me.
Absolutely.
So I've got a lot of friends from school. I've got a lot of people who are older, and yeah. So I really do think about what I put out there before I post something up. So if I think it's going to cause offence, or if I think it's going to cause a bit of backlash, I won't post it, purely because I don't want my feed to be a burden on people's lives.
That's a really healthy kind of outlook on that. Yeah, like, what am I contributing to the bigger picture? And to, you know, say in 50 years, we look back at our social media, not that we probably won't do, but say we do, what is it that we'll see, and what perception of our society will we give to future generations who will have this data of ours forever? And I think, yeah, it's that, yeah, you do have to think it. I think it's really important, because there is that, because of the screen, there's that disconnect between us personally and whoever sees it. And we forget how many people can actually see this. Like, this live stream, anyone around the world can see it. So hello, world people, please do feel welcome.
Bonjour, hola, je m'appelle
exactly.
Toby.
You know, if you want to teach us a language, I'm all here for it, absolutely. But I think it's just, yeah, like, we're not gonna, yeah, we're thinking about what we're saying, but at the same time, we're going to be open to discussion, and what we say people might not agree with, and I think that's absolutely fine. But it's that snap judgment that really causes issues. So it's the judgment of how other people react to things. So No, Valentina, not yet. So yeah, it's that snap reaction that we have control over. And yeah, I think, do think about, what are you tweeting? I don't know if people use Twitter anymore. What are you posting in the game, chat? So like you guys, I love seeing this live chat that we've got going on. I think it's really great and everyone's having a really nice discussion. But like it's making a really positive environment and exciting. But if you're seeing things that is not positive and just tires you out mentally and even physically, then I think just remove yourself from it, like you did with Twitter. I think that's really good. So I wanted to ask you about kind of feeling a bit guilty about being happy. Like you were mentioning it before this live happened. And yeah, what are your thoughts about that? And how do you think the online space has really has it amplified it? What are your kind of thoughts?
So I found out on Sunday evening that I'm going to be part of All Saints Peckham when I move out in September. And yeah, I just felt really, really happy about it because it's something I want to do. And it's something that I feel God's called me into. So with this whole coronavirus stuff going on, there's been a real mix of emotion because I wanted to celebrate it. I wanted to kind of, just be happy about it. But I found that in this corona stuff, I feel quite limited in that. And I feel sometimes I can't be happy about it because there's this massive pandemic threat of us being almost in danger of, well, essentially dying, but not if that makes sense. And I guess it's one of those things where trying to balance being praying for coronavirus and looking out for their needs, I've kind of put my own happiness down to focus on the negatives, and it's kind of messing with my emotions, and I'm a bit like a ship going for a storm at the moment. I don't really know how to handle it, which is tough because there's the happiness, there's the sadness, but I want to be the happy. I want to celebrate the happiness rather than dwell on the sadness.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think this, with online exposure and seeing all the headlines and all the statistics about how many people are dying every day, or I don't know, but all these negative things. And yes, we need to acknowledge that they're happening, and how can we help? By staying at home or donating or whatever it might look like, and praying and all that. But yeah, I think, why can't we feel happy? And I think, you probably don't want to boast about it to that friend who's going through a really awful time. You probably don't want to boast about it. But I think let's make online spaces. I think I'd love to do that. Make online spaces that are celebrating things rather than going, oh no. So I'll use uni as an example because that's the only thing I know at the moment. But so sorry if none of you can relate, but I'm sure you'll get something out of it. So with uni, because we've got this digital exhibition now instead of a physical one, so many people are complaining and looking at the negatives of going, people from business and companies won't be able to come and meet us and like that. And that's so true. And that's awful. And it's not going to help. But what we're doing is we're trying to make this online platform to celebrate our work. And so this aim of this Instagram is to celebrate the students that are graduating and the potential that they have and why people should hire them, and start connecting students with industry. So I think, what I've tried to be doing is taking this negative online group chat, like the biggest place definitely for negativity, group chats where everyone gets riled up together, which can be fun but can be awful. Taking a group chat, everyone going, oh no, and complaining and then not doing anything about it. And I think it's such a shame that we have to put ourselves down and have to diminish our happiness or whatever feelings we have. Maybe you feel like you have to diminish your sadness because you haven't lost anyone yet, which is, thank God. But you shouldn't feel that you have to diminish your feelings because you're not feeling how someone else is feeling. So you know, like Toby, you're feeling really happy. So we should be celebrating that and going, you know, thank goodness that, you know, nothing's bad's happened to you, or that, you know, but also just going, instead of just going, oh, thank God nothing's bad happened, we go, thank God that something good has happened and that you've worked really hard for this, and that it's nothing to do with COVID. And so much of what we are going through has nothing to do with COVID. So like this happiness. And I think we should really celebrate that. So yeah, really well done. And I really want to I really hope that you're able to feel soon that you're able to celebrate that with people. Joel feels no emotions apparently. So there we go.
Debatable. We'll see about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this comparative nature of online spaces, it can be really unhelpful and really unhealthy. So like comparative loss and comparative happiness. And I think we just need to focus on what are we outputting. So how can we make the world, and including our online space, a better place? You know, what positive things can we output? But also like, how am I using it? How is it affecting me? So if you're like, I don't know, I'm just gonna use your example. If you're feeling really like, just kind of like, oh, I can't be happy because of how people are acting online, then stepping back from that is probably the best option. And it's so hard because we always feel this like, yeah, the fear of missing out that we kind of mentioned earlier. Oh, I'm going to miss out on all my friends talking on that group chat, and it's like, what are they actually saying? You know, if it's sort of like fun memes and that's what you really want in your life and it's a bit of relief, go for it, like 100%. But if they're all just constantly talking about COVID or all just constantly complaining, what is it adding to your life? Like, really, what is it adding to your well-being? And that's emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, holistically, essentially. But yeah, I think the thing is, we've all lost. IF is me, sorry. My YouTube account name, I've only put my initials, so guys. Thanks JJ for pointing that out. So I think I wanted the kind of the point of what I was rambling on about stuff, or me rambling on. You've been very concise, I have not. Hey JJ. Is we are all collectively going through a bit of grief, to be honest. And grief, not, you know, it could be in the sense of someone, a loved one dying, it might not be, you know, hopefully it won't be, but grief just means how you react to loss. So that loss, I think collectively, is the loss of the normal. So our normal lives. So as normally going to school, as normally seeing our friends, the way we normally interact with people. And I think we're all gonna really react differently. And I think this online space is going to cause issues for that, and probably has already caused issues of, oh, I'm feeling really sad, but I've seen my friend doesn't, you know, isn't sad. So I'm going to compare my feelings, and essentially my feelings are more valid because I'm reacting in the right way, whereas there's no right way of reacting. I don't mean to like ramble or make this a whole talk, but this has really been like playing on my mind at the moment. It's been really annoying me, and I just want to talk to you guys about this, and I hope we can talk about this in the Zoom later. So yeah, comparing yourself. Firstly, you know, we always think about comparing yourself physically, so like through Instagram, seeing everyone else's, you know, beach ready bodies and all that, or, you know, but also just like how we react to things. So if your friend appears not to care about the whole situation, about not being able to go to school for however long, then I think their feelings are no less valid than yours. And we need to make sure we're still supporting them in however they're feeling, including if it's indifference or if they're actually quite excited about the change that's happening in our society because of COVID, like the climate change thing, big thing, you know, like hopefully we won't go back to how we were and we'll continue as we are, hopefully. So yeah, I'd really like to challenge you all to think about, what am I taking in? Is it good? Is it positive? Is it life-giving to me? Is it making my life a little bit easier? Is it giving me relief? If so, continue as you were. And if you're not sure, and if you're doubting it, or if you know that it's negative, then how can you step away from that? Or how can you put a boundary and like that barrier between you and that thing? And then I think also what are you outputting? So as well as taking in, what you're outputting. So there other people are taking in what you're outputting, aren't they? So how are you contributing to this online culture? So, you know, young youth have a WhatsApp group, so please join us. Just a little plug there. We'll tell you how to do it in a couple of minutes. But I think that's been really great, and we've had a bit of fun on there. You know, we posted some more spiritual things, but also what's your favorite chocolate Easter egg, and that has been just so nice, like a bit of relief and a bit of community. So please do join us for Zoom in a couple of minutes, but also this WhatsApp group, and I think we can really make this amazing community and culture. Toby, I completely disagree with you. But as we've just said, we have control over how we react. I'm going to react in an exemplary way. I appreciate your opinion and I hear you, but I disagree with you. Is superior. This is how you don't react. Is so much better. And I think it's the only chocolate anyone should ever eat. Milk chocolate should be banned. I'm joking. I'm really joking. But yeah, think about. Oh no, I completely no. Popping candy chocolate. I'm really not here for.
Marvelous creation stuff is so good.
No, I'm
off topic.
It's fine. We can have a bit of relief in that. After me rambling on about stuff, I'm so sorry. Miranda Hart, if any of you know of her, amazing actress, but also just such a lovely person. She's been posting these videos on Facebook every day. I don't know if young people still have Facebook. I don't think so. If any of you have Facebook, maybe it's on her Instagram, I'm not sure. Anyway, so she's been doing these ramble videos, and they've just been absolutely so lovely. And she's been talking about her thoughts on life, but she calls it chambling. So like chatty rambling. And I just think that's so lovely. And it's just, I'm just like, that's me. Sam says Thorntons, I agree. JJ says no, but you had agreed with us yesterday. Terry's dark chocolate orange.
Oh, that's a shout.
I think we have a winner. JJ, you are this week's winner.
Yeah. That is
prizes. We'll fix you out with a prize when we're all back together. But
Terry's dark chocolate orange.
Yeah, you can have a dark chocolate orange on us. We'll send you the pound, whatever it costs. So anyway, to finish our chatty rambling, our chambling for this week, we would love you to join us on Zoom soon, in the next few minutes. Please do come over and join us. The meeting ID and stuff is all in the comments now. Please do join us, and also join the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group, you can go to lovechurch.org.uk and go to online and then youth, and there should be a link there, and you just sign up, put your little deets in and get your parents' consent, and then we can all chat throughout the week, give you updates, which I think is the most important thing, as well as obviously connecting, give you updates, make sure you're all okay and that you feel that we're there for you, because we are here for you. And if you want to chat to us and talk to us, please also follow the Love Church Youth Instagram and message us through that. I love JJ's reaction. That is the longest yay I've ever seen, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, I think come over and join us. Hopefully we'll see loads of you there. I'm really excited about the next little while. We've got some, the next few weeks, we're going to be talking more about online things and presence, of course, because that's the most important thing at the moment, it would seem, but we'll also throw in some other things, I'm sure, as topics come to mind. We're going to be, I think, hopefully, having Sam and Ella from Respect Ed coming and joining us and talking to us about online relationships. And that'll be really exciting, I think. So it's not just romantic relationships, but it's also friendship relationships and having healthy friendship relationships and maintaining them and connecting with people. So yeah, faith over fear, guys. I think that's our closing message, faith over fear. So please do come over and join us on Zoom, and we'll end it there for this week. So see you all soon.